Okay, so this will be for the sum rule that basically we'll just play a game here. So for example, we have 10 the f of x as equals to 10x to the power of 10 plus um 7x, for example, plus 100. So for this one, in our sum, we just get the derivatives for that one, basically. So what will be the derivatives of each of the cases? For example, we have 10x, the power of 10. What is the derivative of that? So if you will calculate that one, that is 10 times 10x to the power of 10 minus 1, and then plus 7, and then plus the 100 is constant 0. So what will happen? It will become 100 x to the power of 9, and then plus 7. Okay, that's the answer actually. Basic. So you can easily work on that already. Then, say for example, for the difference rule, say for example, you have an f of x of 40x the power of 4 to the power of 4 plus um x to the power of 45 plus um 90x, damo sang x na email ba? And 100 still. So what will happen? 40 times 4x to the power of 4 minus 1, then plus um 45x to the power of 45 minus 1 plus 90 plus 0. So it will become 40 times 4, 160 x to the power of to the power of 3 plus 45 x to the power of 44 plus 90. That's how you will do it. That's the difference rule. But for the product rule, it will be basically a quite long process because it's quite surprising to or not really giving, because it will be somewhat, there is a small challenge that you will also deal with this, but I know that you can still do it. For product rule, we're having a formula actually that um your well, this one, the formula is it will become equals to f of x or f prime of x na lang. F prime of x, this is say the product, the ano the derivatives of f of x times to the g of x, then plus lang to there is a separator, and another will be the f of x will be multiplied into the g prime of x. So you will work on that. Suppose that we have a specific example here. I'm so sorry. What I've actually worked earlier is the um sum pagyapon. So let me reiterate, minus gali ang aton. It's not good. So say for example, like that, 40x over 4 becomes still minus here, and then minus here, and minus here, minus here, and minus here. Since you're not able to put something negative in the power of that, so it is basically the same situation. Because on the 40x to the power of 4, it's still 160x the power of 3. Then your 45x to the power of 45 is 45x to the power of 44. And for the 90x is 90, then 0. This is still the only thing is the minus that we forget. Actually forgot. Now, we'll proceed with the product rule para dasig na matapos. Suppose that you have a two functions here. Let me say 15x 5 to the power of 5, then plus 10, then your another set will be 12x to the power of 5, then plus 15x, for example. Now, what will happen? You have to actually get, this is your f of x, this is your g of x. So get the f prime of x first before you will use the formula. What is the f prime of x? When we say f prime of x, that is the derivatives of f of x. And that is 15x5. So it will become 15 times 5x to the power of 5 minus 1. And then plus 0. Then equals 15. 15 times 5. Let me just also double check because we're really loading now. So 75. 75x to the power of 5 minus 1, it will become 4. Then plus the 0, plus 0, so there's nothing. So that is the f prime of x. Now, what about for the g prime of x? The g prime of x is like this. This is 12x to the power of, so 12 times 5x to the power of 5 minus 1. So what will happen? Plus 15x, that is 15. So that equals to 12 times 5. That is basically 60. Then to the power of 5 minus 1, it will be 4. Then plus 15. So that's how you will work on that. Now you can use the formula already. That the formula given right there earlier is actually this one. So we can use that one already. What is the f prime of x? That is 75 x to the power of 4. And then plus to the g, no, times to the g of x. What is the g of x value? That is this one, 12x. So butangan tani siya amon. So this is the value of your g of x. So that is actually inside the parentheses as well. And plus, your plus right now is the f of x, and your f of x is this one. So it will be a long process actually. And then, call this one the g prime of x times g prime of x is this. So we put that here, put that in open and close parentheses. Now what will happen? You will just do the FOIL method itself. So 75x to the power of 4 times 12x to the power of 5, it will become 75 times 12, it will become 900x. So 4 plus the power will be plus 4 plus 5 equals to the power of 9. Yan. Like that. So first 75x the power of 4, you have to also multiply that into the 15x. So full method if 2, since 1 lang ni siya, so distributive property as always. Now 15 x 75, I mean, it will become 75 times 15. That is basically excuse me. That's basically 1125 x to the power of, so this is power of 4, this is power of 1, so that is 5. Now that is already the distributive property of that one. So since this is a 2 sets here, so you will distribute this first here and this here, then 10 distribute here and then here. So let's actually do with that. 15 times 60. So when you will be going to have the 15 times 60, that is basically 900. 900 x, so that is 5 and that is 4. So 5 plus 4, that is 9 to the power of 9. So plus, what happened right now? 15, then times into the 15. So when you times the 15 into 15, that is 225, and there is actually x to the power of 5 because there is no function here, to the power of 5. Now, since we're done, this 10, you distribute the here as well. So 10 times 60, for that one, what will happen? As that is 600, then there is a power here. There is supposedly 60, this is 60x, sorry, 60x. Now, 600x to the power of 4 because there is no powers here. So that will remain as is. And plus 10 times 15 is 150. So what you will need to do, combine each term. So there is 9, dua ka 9, 900 plus 900, that is basically 1,800 to the power of 9. Like that. And plus 1,125 plus name mo sa 225 will become 1,350 of x to the power of 5 because you copy just as is. Then since isa lang kabilog ang 4, so it will become 600 x to the power of 4. Then there's no other 115 dito. So this is the answer for the product rule. So that is a lot of process actually you will need to deal, but however I know that you can do it. So the next step will be the quotient rule. For quotient rule, that is Also, a long process because our formula that we are using is somewhat just ano, figure it out. For the formula, this is it for the formula. So that is actually your formula for the quotient rule. Now, given that you do have f of x as, say for example, for your division, quotient is 10 40x the power of 6, for example, then plus 30x. Grabe kadamos ang x ni Emil. So ang divisor ang iyang denominator, I mean, divide into the um 45x guru to the power of 3 plus um 20. Say something that there is a like something like that so that it will be exciting as you could be able to work on that. So this is your f of x, this is your g of x. Now you will get the f prime of x first, but if the f prime of x, that is absolutely 40 times 6 x to the power of 6 minus 1, something like that. Then plus the 30x, so that is 30. So it will become 40 times 6. That is basically 240. 240 x to the power of 6 minus 1, it will become 5 plus 30. So that is the answer. Now, for the g prime of x, for the g prime of x is something like this. That 45 times 3x to the power of 3 minus 1. So it will become basically um, plus 0 because 20 is constant. So it will become 45 times 3. That is 135 x to the power of 3 minus 1. It will become 2 per squared plus 0. So it is 135 x to the power of 2 indeed already. Now, for the formula already given there, this is your formula. We just have to ano na lang, fill it out. So first will be your f prime of x. F prime of x is 240 x to the power of 5 plus 30. Then that is times into g of x, and your g of x is 45x to the power of 3. I don't know. 45x. Yeah, that is g of x. 45x to the power of 3 plus 20. 20. So that is the basic that you will do right now. So that is somewhat almost completed. So that will be in the inside the open parenthesis. Now afterwards, you will going to do here minus because this is another, and your f of x is 40 um 40 x to the power of 6 plus 30x. Then afterwards, your g prime of x is 135, 135x to the power of 2. That's how you will work. So that is closed parenthesis, and your g of x to the power of 2, that is g of x mo is 45 x to the power of 3 plus 20. Then you will put that into the um put that in a open parenthesis and square it as well. So that's how you will work on that. So right now, after you were able to conduct the 240, we'll times that here. 240 times 140 times 45, that is indeed 10,000 800 x to the power of um x to the power of your 5 plus the 3. 5 plus 3, that is 8. Now afterwards you have the plus 140 times 20, that is um 4,800, and 4,800, since there is um x to the power of 5 already for this one, because there's no x in the other part for the 20. Afterwards, you were able to have it in there already. So that's the time that you will minus as well. No, no, no. Plus pa. So plus 30. 30 times 45 times 45, that is 1,350 of x to the power of cube, because there is no x in the in this because yeah, there's no power here. Now plus 20 times 30, that is automatic 600. So we're done with that. We can somewhat minus 40 x to the power of 6 times 135. 40 times 135, that is 5,000, um that is 5,400 of x to the power of 6 and 2 is 8, and then plus 30 times 135, it's 30 times 135 is 4,050 x, see that is squared, so it will become cube. That's how you will work on that. And sorry, and for your and this is not plus because this will become minus. So afterwards, because this one here is multiplied by negative, it will become negative, right? For this g of x to the power of 2, your g of x is 45 x cubed plus 20. So 45x cubed times 45, 45 times 45, that is 2,000 25x cubed, it will become 6 plus 45 times 20. So 45 times 20, that is 900 over 900x to the power of 3 plus 20 times 45 will become 900x to the power of 3 still, plus 20 times 20 equals 400. So that is how it worked right now, since we're able to finish that already. Now, um, okay. It's how it will be represented. Combine each term. So, an I to the power of 8 is 10,800 minus 5,400 for the power of 8. That is 54. 54 to the power of, sorry. So this basically happen 5,400, sorry. So that is 54 to the power of x to the power of 8. Then after 48, wala siya 5 nga kapareha. So 4,800 to the power of 5 plus there is a 3 duplicate. So 1,350 plus minus 4,050. So that is 2,000. That is negative plus negative 27. No, no, no. 27. And then afterwards, since we're able to combine, and it will become 600 as well. So for this right now, 900 and 900 for um that one will be 25, 1,800 already, the power of 3. So 1,800 x to the power of 3. And that's how this is the answer for this one right now. This is how easy you will work on with that. So be careful with working with the rules because it is somewhat deceiving.